What's up, world? Lee here with sticks, strings, and other things, my teeny tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you every other week to chit chat with you about all of the crafty things that I have been getting my hands onto. This is episode 62, and I am coming to you on May 31st. I'm filming this on the 30th, but it will go up on the 31st, the last day of May. And it took me 5 tries, count them, 5 tries to get that intro done. I am going to be happy right now for a moment. Oh, happiness. I finished the intro. Good job. Right. This is how the day's gonna go. And that's okay. We all have days like that. It's fine. So, I'm coming to you from a very gray, overcast Pacific Northwest. We have had very hot days of late, or days that start cool and then get warm. Some have been very nice in the mid-70s. Perfect. If it could just stop right there, I would have the best summer ever. I've been living on my deck. It has been fantastic. Today is wonderfully overcast. If it's anything like that yesterday, it will burn off. And then we will have a nice afternoon. It's wonderful. What am I wearing today? What is this? You haven't seen this before. What? You haven't? You're right. This was the test knit that I was working on earlier in the year. And now that the LYS tour is over and this pattern has been released, I can wear it on here. So this is the Puppy Tee by Jo Cottle, and it is done in Barocco Pima cotton. Let me see if I can get up a little bit. And you can see it has some lace going on. I will say if I were to do it again, I would only do these 2 layers of lace, as this layer of lace gets a little much. And I am sorry for the boobs in the face there. I do apologize. It's a shirt. I just don't know how to show off a shirt without that going on. I do have a camisole underneath this because I have to. But it is a lovely top. In smaller sizes, the lacework ends about here, which is really, really nice. As you can see on me, it goes a little bit lower. That is a factor of a yoked sweater. This, like I said, is done in Barocco Pima Soft and Pima cotton. It is a soft cotton. It worked out nice. It is short sleeves. It goes to just past my mid-hip. Don't know how to show you that, so I'm not going to. Again, this is the Puppy Tee by Jo Cottle. I do like it. It is a nice summer top, and it's wonderful. And I told you I would eventually show you my test knit, and here it is. Ah. And like I said, again, if I were to do it again, I would stop the lace patterning here, and I think that would look quite delightful. I might still continue the lace patterning in the... Nah, I'd just stop it. Meh, I'd just stop it. But I love it. It's pretty and it's comfortable. The LYS tour was good. I will get to that, though, in life stuff. Let us get to more of what's going on. What have I done in the last 2 weeks? Well, a lot of a few things. I have been weirdly, not monogamous, but more focused on my craft, in my crafting, not on my crafting, but also on my craft. I've been focused in my crafting, and therefore I've been getting more work done on fewer pieces, which is fine. That does mean I have 2 finishes to show you today. The first one is my Farmer's Daughters Fibers Sock Squad socks for May, which I stitched up in Handmade Society's Sock Society Season 5, her first pattern. So this is the Shadowbox socks. And they are finished and complete. I kind of have a pokey bit at the end of this one. The way I bound off, it's not the sock pattern's problem, it's my problem. The way I bound off has given me pointy toes. I did a poor job, is what happened, and ended up with pointy toes. That is why I should never try and craft late at night. I pulled too tight, and now I have pointy toes. Oh well. Anyhow, again, this is the Shadowbox sock by Helen Stewart. And And it was a lot of pearls. They're very lovely. I enjoy them quite a lot. I finished them not yesterday, the day before yesterday. I still have not posted them up on my Ravelry, but I will get them there because I want to get them up so that for the Farmer's Daughter's Fibers Sock Squad thing, they know I finished my May socks in May. And these were, what was the, it was Queen Anne's lace. That was the flower that this die was done for. I don't recall what, let's see, Sock Squad. As I stated before, all of the colorways this year are based on an artist and are in this calendar, and this is for May. June will be, I have no clue what, because I still haven't gotten my sock yarn. I'm getting nervous. June will be, it looks like Sacred Datura and the Elephant Hawk Moth. So I'm afraid it's going to be another pink. I'm hoping it won't be another pink. This leads me to believe we're going to have another pink. I'm not a fan of pink. That's okay. That's okay. So that will be the, what the next, the June sock will be color-wise based on. And I haven't received it yet, and that's a little strange because usually I have my yarn by now, considering tomorrow's the last, technically the day this goes up, is the last day of the month. We usually have our yarn before that, but you know what? We'll get it. It's fine. It'll be good. It'll be fine. I have no clue what socks I'm going to do for it. I may not do socks. Maybe I'll do I don't know. Maybe I'll do something else instead of socks with it. I'm just trying to use that yarn in the month I get it. Through May, I have so far. Can we make it through June? That would be fantastic. That'd be half of it, and I would be pretty happy. I do have another finish. I finished my Scarlet letter, Sarah Tatum by the Scarlet letter. Oh yeah. She is finished. I don't know how I can get the whole thing. There we go. There she is, in her glory and her beauty and her entirety. Isn't she just gorgeous? Look at that. Look at that. Yeet. There we go. I love her. I love her. So I did all of the bits that I hadn't finished yet. And all of her name and the school and the date is over 1. That is not the only over 1 in here. There was also the letter Z. Right there. The letter Z was also over 1 because she was going to get her whole alphabet in there, and then she went, oh noes, where do I put my Z? Crap. At least that's my interpretation of why the Z is over 1 and none of the other letters are. I could be wrong. But, oh, I love it. I love it. Again, this was done on a 40 count. I don't know what fabric. Probably Vikki Clayton linen, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I do know that this is the hand-dyed fiber or the Vikki Clayton silk conversion for this chart. And yes, everything is finished. Everything that looks like it's not is a ghost motif. So we have a ghost motif there, and we have a ghost motif there, a couple over here. I do love ghost motifs. They please me. And you can see them a lot better in person than you can on the screen. So now I just need to frame it, put it on my wall. Who knows when that'll happen. But that is the next step. I am very happy to have that one done. I had started this one back in like 2010 or before. I'm not sure. It was an old whip. And now it is finally finished. And I feel like a rock star. Basically. I am a rock star for finishing this. Feeling good about myself. Oh, I forgot to talk about my tea. I am drinking tea because if I didn't, I wouldn't be functioning. So this is my tea today. It is, what was it called? Cinny Roll Black by Plum Deluxe. It's pretty tasty. It's pretty tasty. I am a fan. It is good. those are my finishes though. So pair of socks and a giant old whip. I know, congratulate me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get into my whips. I have 2 cross stitch ones, and technically it's a new start for my stitching, knitting. So I pulled out, after I finished Sarah Tatum, I pulled out C Street Samplers I Sigh Not for Beauty, and that has a horrible, terrible, awful, it's never going to get good. That's it. It's a lovely, lovely sampler. It has lots of specialty stitches, and I'm real excited for it. I had a goal for what I wanted to do on it this year. Apologize. Which I've reached. So for my main, what was it, 20? I was going to do, with Whip Warriors, I was doing 23 and 23. I'd picked 20 of them out at the beginning of the year, and I had decided what I wanted to do with each of those, and I'm trying to do that. I've left myself a couple of opens because you never know when you want to start something, so I left myself a couple. Anyhow, for I Sigh Not for Beauty, I just wanted to get the square portion of that outside border done, which I have now completed. This is being done on a 40 count something. It's in here. I don't know what it is. No clue. I want to say it's a 40 count pair by Lakeside Linen, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I think it's something like that. And again, I am doing a Vikki Clayton silk conversion. Again, this is one that was started long before I had taken my hiatus from stitching. I had done like that's all I had. All I had going on it was like that, and that was pretty much it. So when I pulled this out, I finished the rest of the squares for the outer border. I'm not sure. That's all I wanted to get done this year. I'm not sure when I'll get back to it. I'm kind of trying to meet my goal for all of my stitching that I planned at the beginning of the year. We'll see if I succeed, but I'm trying to at least attempt it. I haven't given up yet, and it's May, so that's where she's at. And like I said, that one's kind of done for the rest of the year unless I change my mind about my goals. The other one that I pulled out is by the Scarlet house. It's living in this lovely little bag. And this is a sampler for all seasons. When I started it, I had this square around this little motif right here. This is being done on 40 count Steinbeck by Needle and Flax. I'm loving that linen, by the way. It's a delight to work on. And I am using the NPI silk conversion. And I have the house. This is what I did yesterday. I put in the cute little red house. I really like that red house. I like stitching houses. I think they're fun. I like building them. So my goal for this year is to actually finish this one. yeah, I wanted to finish it when all I had was this outline. But whatever. That I like it, and so I want to finish it. And it's not as big as it seems, honestly. I mean, it's big, but I think that's still a reachable goal. And I am just loving this Steinbeck linen. Or it's the color Steinbeck, but the Needle and Flax. I love this color. It is gorgeous. Lovely. But yes, I'm quite enjoying stitching on this. It is working up beautifully. Oh, do you like my needle minder? High functioning introvert. yeah, she is. Anyhow, a little scattered this morning. Apologies. I'm going to finish all of this square, then I'm going to come down and I'm going to do all of this square, then I'll do the outlines here and do the center, and then I'll do the other two. And that is my plan for this. And I think it is delightful. We'll see how far I get in the next 2 weeks. Who knows? But if I continue on with this weird focus thing that I have going on, I may make some decent progress. Or I may decide suddenly that I don't want to focus on anything anymore and I'll bounce around 8 different projects. Who knows? Who knows? Probably not 8 different projects. I don't change that often, even when I am flighty. Anyhow, I really like this, and I really love that red house. I don't know why I like that red house so much, but I really adore that red house. I think that is the winter house. Yes, likely, because it's got snow and it's got a reindeer. Here, let me pull it out of here so you can look at it a little better. So there's the house I'm currently working at. So there's the reindeer, there's snow on the ground. So that's I'm gonna guess is the winter house. This is obviously the summer house because it's got an eagle and a flag because, you know, why would we ever have summer that isn't America-centric? I don't know. I mean, fair, Scarlet House is an American designer, but still. And then we have spring and fall. And I'm still always going to love the fall one because of this squirrel. It's a flying squirrel. At least that's what I see. I got this as a kit, so I also have fabric for this little reversible pin pillow. I don't know if I'm going to do this at the same time as this. I probably won't. I'll probably consider my finish being just the sampler. And that is all my stitching. So what about my knitting? Well, most of that was done on the socks because I really wanted to finish them up in May. And then I had a new start. And it is living in this lovely plaid Matterroot Maine bag. And this is my baby Vertebrae cardigan that I am making. Baby clothes are so tiny. It's been a long time since I've seen a baby, or had a baby, but it's been a long time. So I am doing the baby Vertebrae cardigan. As you can see, I still have an arm to go, and then essentially the button, I'm going to call it a button band, even though there's no buttons on it, and it would never have been intended to button because it's a baby Vertebrae. I'm loving it. The yarn I am using is Serial Knitter's Dye House yarn in a one-of-a-kind colorway called Reef. I have been doing it on the called for needles, which were what, a 2.75 and a 3.25. And I'm loving it. I have some friends who are going to be having a baby, which is why I'm making a baby Vertebrae. And it's cute. It's adorable. It's so tiny. It is so tiny. But yes, all I have to do is finish up this arm here. Then I pick up around here, here, and down, and I stitch a bit of a ribbed button band collar, essentially. Then I will sew in all the ends, wash and block it, and I might make some ridiculous baby socks in this same yarn because the yarn is delightful. I may do that. Even though baby socks are ridiculous, the babies don't wear socks. Like, you put the socks on and the baby just takes them off. That's what's supposed to happen. That's how that works. But baby socks are really cute, so I'll probably make them a pair of baby socks matching to go with this, and I think that'll be fun. So I will likely be working on this while I am doing my editing and uploading today. It works up super fast because it's tiny. This is the 0 to 3 month size because they're having their baby in August or September. I don't remember. Late August, early September, something like that. I think it's August. And so I did a little light cardigan for the 0 to 3 month size because I figured they'd be able to get some use out of that. And it's sweet. So that should be a finish by the time I am back easily. And that is all of my actual works in progress right now. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I do have plans I've touched on them a tiny bit, what with saying I'm going to finish that baby vertebrae cardigan and probably make some baby socks, and I'm going to work on my A Sampler for All Seasons. I don't know how far I'll get on that. I don't have I have a year-long goal for it, but I don't have necessarily a 2 weeks goal on it. I imagine I'll finish both sides of the houses, both the winter and summer houses. There we go, words. I imagine I will get that much done. I also have plans to start a Musselburgh hat and quite possibly another cross-stitch piece. We'll get into that when I talk about purchases, which is next. I don't have a lot purchased. One is I received my final Gauge Dye Works yarn. That was the yarn that my bosses at the yarn store bought all of the employees and themselves so that we would all have a fun knitting project for all of us for the first 3 months. 6 months. First 6 months of the year, because we got a skein of yarn every other month. Wow, that was hard. Anyhow, Gauge Dye Works, lovely. You've seen that I've made a shawl and I made a pair of socks with the first 2 skeins. This is the last skein. This is called Our Favorite Things, and they'd sent out an email evidently and asked people to say what their favorite colors were. And then they based their stripes off of how many people answered which colors. It's very pink. But if you dig, there's colors I like. Look at that, there's some grays and some blues. You just have to dig for them. Anyhow, I'm going to turn this into a Musselburgh hat, because then I can knit the entire skein of yarn, which I would like to do because all the colors, and then I can tuck all the pinks inside and you won't ever see them. Perfect. Beautiful. Delightful. I am just waiting to finish my baby vertebrae before I get started on this. But to be honest, what I should do is I should start this up today, so that I have it as a work project on this week. That's what I should do. I should do that. I should do that. I might be doing that. So maybe that will be my reward for finishing the second sleeve of the baby vertebrae, as I can gain this up and start stitching with it. That would be fantastic. That may be an idea. Anyway, still very much enjoying the Gauge Dye Works. I still think the person is an absolute genius for the way that they do their stripes. I don't know how they do it. Absolutely blows my mind. Maths beyond my capabilities, which is not hard because maths is not my stronger suit, but maths well beyond my capabilities, and delightful yarn, and I get to play with it. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Gotta like it. So that is one thing that I received. Another thing that I have received is my Roxy Floss Co. flosses for June. So if you've not received yours yet, and considering it's not yet June, I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't. You can look away if you don't want to see the flosses. But I am going to say the color names. Maybe you just want to skip ahead. I don't know. You do you. I'm just going to drop these flosses all over the floor is what's going to happen. So we have Outer Space, which is, it is black, but sorry. Yeah, I'm going to say colors, sorry. It is black, but it's got some hints of variegation in it. We have Cyan Aura. Obviously, these are the colors. We have the brights, sorry. Blue Raspberry. That's a pretty one. We have Vitamin C. Honestly, I kind of wish Vitamin C was a little brighter than that, but for the color, but like this is an actual usable color. It could be really good in a couple of flowers. And then we have this one, which is Opposites Attract, which, look at that. That is going to be a fun one to play with. Then we have our neutrals, Porcini, Sugar and Spice. Oh, I like that one. I like Sugar and Spice. Oh, that's a pretty one. Oh, I wish you could see the, can you see the variegation? Can you see that bit of variegation through there? Oh, Oh, that is really good. Sand dollar. Smoothie. I'm not sure why a smoothie is that color, but sure. And macaroon. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I do enjoy the Roxy Flossco flosses. I have my giant ring of flosses up there, and I might have to get another ring so that they don't start falling off. I might have to do that soon. Absolutely adoring them. Anyhow, when I received my flosses of the month, I'd also made a purchase for other Roxy flosses. And they shipped them together, even though they were not at the same time. Evertote does that really, really well, and then they refund you the shipping. And they don't have to do that. Like they're technically separate orders. One is a reoccurring order, and one was, hey, I just wanted some flosses for a specific project. But they made sure to notice that and ship it together. Thumbs up, Evertote. You don't know me, but I know you and I shop with you, so I'm giving you a thumbs up because, damn, good job. So let me show you the flosses I bought. I bought a stack of 2 different colors. I bought a stack of milkshake, and I bought a stack of mollusk. Yes, they are 2 colors that are practically identical, but they're not. Because I have plans. What are those plans, she says? Well, those plans are living in this lovely autumn bag. Those plans are to start this one. Let's try it upside right. This one. The Namari Tapestry by Modern Folk Embroidery. Look at it. Anyhow, I adore this. I think I waxed poetic about it on my last episode, and I'm waxing poetic about it again because I'm going to choose one of those 2 colors. I couldn't decide which ones I wanted, and I needed to see them in color, and then I didn't want to just buy one of each skein of the ones that I wanted because I wanted to start immediately, and so I narrowed it down to two colors because I know what fabric I'm doing it on. I'm going to do the Namari Tapestry on Cedar River Linens Arboreal. So this is 40 count Arboreal, which is a glorious color. It's very woodsy. Yes, woodsy. So here is milkshake against it, and here is mollusk against it. And it's blowing out, so you can't really tell, but I think I'm leaning towards milkshake. Yeah, you can't really tell the difference here. This one's just slightly yellower, and this one's a little, I'm gonna say it, it's a little creamier. Yes, it's called milkshake. I really don't want to use the word creamier. Whatever. Anyhow, as I was saying, before I was so rudely cut off by my camera. This is a whiter, bluer white, and this is a yellower white. And I don't know how well you can see that in the camera. In person, it's very obvious. Very obvious. And I don't know, that yellower one looks pretty good. Oh no, I don't know anymore. Okay, I'm bouncing back and forth between which one looks better. I think what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to put this on the table, just like this, and walk past it a whole bunch for the next couple of days so that I can figure out which one of those 2 colors I want to do. This one might be better. I also could potentially do most of all of it in one of the colors and then do the writing in the other color. It's another idea. It would just be 2 shades of white, but it would differentiate between the 2. That could be nice as well. Oh, now I don't know. Now I don't know. Oh no. Oh no, she says. Oh no. Decisions. So if you could see this really, really well, and you could really see the colors really nicely, which one would you go for? Would you go for mollusk, the slightly yellower one, or would you go for milkshake, the slightly bluer blue is too strong of a word. The slightly whiter white. I don't know. I just don't know. I was leaning to milkshake and now I'm not. Oh, this mollusk might be better. Help! 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 What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Anyway, I have 6 skeins of each of them. So, because that's how much you needed. So I will find something to do with the other one. I mean, it's a nice creamy neutral, so I'll find something. And I will be able to use this lovely, lovely color. And I cannot wait. But evidently I will be waiting because, yes, I do think I will leave this out on the table and walk past it a whole bunch to figure out which one of those I like. Or you guys can help me. I take all help. I take as much help as I can get. So, help? Which one? Right. That's that. So, those are my plans. Those are my plans. Knitting wise, like I said, I will be doing the baby vertebrae, and when my next socks come in, I will be doing a project with, my next Sock Squad socks from Farmer's Daughter's Fibers come in. I will be doing my next skein of yarn there, and the muscle bar I had. So I think that'll keep me busy enough, especially with all my other projects that I already have on the go. What? Did you see the big cozy cardi this time? No, you didn't see the big cozy cardi. Why? Because I didn't work on it. Did you see? Yeah, there's several projects that I haven't started. I still haven't figured out what I want to do with my ginger twist yarn, but I have it narrowed down to 2 projects. So I'm at least getting somewhere with that one. See, I make decisions. So there are plans and acquisitions, kind of all stuck together into a giant snarly ball, which is why I have projects the way I do. My acquisitions and stash and plans are all a snarly ball. It's all a snarly ball. They're all tangled up together, and that's okay, because I enjoy what I'm doing, and that's all we need. Right, let's get on to life stuff. It was warm. I don't like warm. It cooled down. I liked that better. I've spent a lot of time on my deck. I really like my deck. I really like my deck. I'm really glad I like my deck because my deck was very expensive, but I really like my deck. LYS tour happened. It did very, very well, and lots of people came. It was fantastic. So that is always good when all the preparation that goes into a big event like that goes off well and all the stores do well from it. That is good. So yay. We've still been weirdly busy since then, which is strange because usually the way it goes is LYS tour happens and then sales and everything else drops off next handful of weeks because everybody spent their money during the LYS tour. Makes sense. There's been as much of a drop-off as normal, which is good because, you know, small businesses, they need the income. So that's good, but it was kind of a little shocking. So we'll see how the rest of the summer goes. Summer tends to be a little slower at my yarn store. We are not a destination yarn store, and people don't want to stitch as much with yarn in the summer. I don't know why, but evidently they don't. Weird. So we tend to have less busy days in the summer. We'll see what the summer is like. Who knows? Let's see what else. Oh, Stash Dash. I'm going to be participating loosely in Stash Dash. What is Stash Dash, you ask? Oh, what is Stash Dash? Stash Dash is an event that is run by the Knit Girls on, they're the Knit Girls. They're a YouTube channel. They do stitching, mostly knitting and spinning and lots of other crafts, but their main ones are knitting and spinning and crochet and the yarny crafts. And it is Laura and Leslie who run it. And every summer they do Stash Dash, which is an event where you try to get a certain number of kilometers of yarn out of your stash. And they have rules for it, and some of the rules are really strict and some of them are really vague because it's fun. anything you finish from the start of the summer, which I think they had as Friday of last Friday. I think last Friday was the first day, until I forget which day in August is stash time. And anything you finish, your project, however much yarn you used in that project, goes towards your accumulation of kilometers. So you can do 1,000 kilometers, 5, 3, 10, 15, 20. The 15 and 20 kilometer people, and I'm not like 15, I'm like 1,000, 3,000, 5,000. These are all thousands of kilometers here, people. Not 1 kilometer, but 5,000 kilometers, 15,000, 25,000 kilometers. Those 25,000 kilometer people are spinners. Because I don't think you can physically knit that much. I really don't. But it's also for spinners and weavers. And they can get through some distance if you measure your yarn. So most yarn is done in meters as well as yards. And you can weigh your yarn, figure out how much you use. Anyhow, I'm going to be joining that again. And I'm not officially joining it. If you officially join, there can be prizes and all sorts of stuff. But I'm more of a, I'm participating over here on my own kind of person. I'm trying to get better about that because I would like a bit more community, but I also am an introvert, and talking to people I don't know is awkward, she says as she talks to the internet, but really it's just a camera. My brain makes no sense. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Any hoozle. I have a tentative goal of 3,000 kilometers of my yarn leaving my stash into finished projects. And it's only finished projects that count. It's not whips. You can have a whip at the beginning and finish it. Like these socks were not yet finished, but they are finished now. So now they count. All the ends are woven in. They are washed. They are blocked. It is a finished project. However, if all I had to do was weave in ends, that doesn't count as a finished project because all I was doing was weaving in ends. You have to have some knitting to do on the project, or progress to do on the project. Anyhow, I have a tentative goal of 3,000 kilometers over the summer. We'll see if I reach it or not. But it's fun to attempt for little goals like that, and we will see. We will see. But I'm excited, and I think it'll be fun. Other than that, I have a concert I'm going to later this week. I'm going to see The Cure, because I am an elder goth, and that is a band I would go see. And so it is a band I will go see. I've seen them before. I will not say which tour I saw them in before, because then you will know just how much of an elder goth I am. She's old, folks. She's old. So I'll be doing that later this week, and then I just have work and normal stuff. I think I will be having a summer barbecue before my next video, so I can tell you how that goes next time. Other than that, it's just, random everyday stuff. Just living life, doing your thing, stitching, knitting, watching way too much floss tube. Way too much floss tube. Y'all, you all are definitely not good for my list of want-to-dos. I'm just saying. My list of want-to-dos, very big. Oh, I have purchased a thing. I'm all over the place, I apologize. I have purchased a thing that won't be arriving until closer to September, because Evertote, I just need to not watch them or go onto their website is my thing, I think. They're doing a sampler September thing. The sampler that they're using is being done by Maximum Cross Stitch. Helen of Maximum. I don't remember the name of the designer, but she's designing. She has a lovely floss too. Her name is Helen. Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. I want to say. But I don't think that's the exact name of her business, but it's close. Anyhow, she goes to 11. That's all I can say for that. Anyhow, she's designing and she's doing a lot of samplers, and I like a lot of her stuff. Regardless, she is releasing a sampler for Sampler September, and I think you can get the chart now too, but I bought the entire kit. And when I say the entire kit, I mean go on to evertote.ca because it's Canadian. This is why I defend that I could get it, because it was Canadian dollars, and Canadian dollars aren't exactly real money. They're kind of like monopoly money. Not really, but yeah, I'm fighting here. Anyway, I bought the whole thing, which means I bought the chart, the flosses that go with it. They do not have linen that goes with it. That's okay, I've got enough. And they had yarn. They worked with a yarn dyer, whose name I'm blanking on. Was it Yarn Badger? I'm not sure. They worked with no, maybe. I don't remember what the yarn dyer was. They worked with a yarn dyer to produce a self-striping colorway in the same colors as the threads that are being used in the sampler. I know. And I think there were bags involved too. Yes, there were. There were bags involved as well. And so I bought that. So Sampler September is going to show up, and I'm going to start that sampler because it's really adorably sweet. I really liked it. It has a house. It has a house. It has a house. How could I not do it? But I'm also going to join in with the knitting portion because knitter, self-striping. It was like it was calling directly to me. I know it wasn't directly to me, but it was like it was calling directly to me. It was saying, Lee, look, you have a sampler with a house on it. You got self-striping socks. Just hand over the money. You shouldn't even try. I did try. I saw it at first and I was like, no, I'm not, no. I have enough. And then I saw it again and I was like, no. No, I'm good. I'm purchase. So I purchased it. There we go. Wah-uh. Oh well. Couldn't help it. It's Canadian money. It doesn't count. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. It's Canadian money and it doesn't count. Yeah. Anyhow, if you haven't seen the sampler or the yarn, you should go to Evertote and check it out because the colors were gorgeous. For the sampler, I already fell in love with those colors. And then I saw self-striping yarn in those same colors and I'm like, yeah, well, I explained just moments ago. Just take my money. Just take it. I am so worried about when I go to Jacobpalooza in October. I really am. Because I'm going to be right there with all of it. I'm going to just be like, hemorrhaging money. Okay, I won't. But still need to buy my plane ticket. Yeah. I'll do that by the next time I'm here. Right, I am going to the second weekend of the... Did I call it Lollapalooza? Well, Jacobpalooza is what it is. I think I called it Lollapalooza. I did go to that years ago too, but no, not Jacobpalooza. Jacobpalooza, not Lollapalooza. October, London, Ontario. Evertote. All that. Anyhow. Right. I think this was scattered enough, and I'm not exactly sure what just happened. But that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Y'all, if you've been here before, you know this is pretty normal. This is my brain. This is how my brain functions. And if you're new here, thank you so much for showing up and trying me out and enjoying, hopefully. And if you really did enjoy, hit the subscribe button, because I think it'd be fascinating to get like over maybe to 220 people. That'd be neat. I'm not doing this for subscriptions. Obviously, I've been doing this for like 3 years and I haven't even reached, I don't even know what. It doesn't matter. I'm having fun. And if you have any questions, just ask. I'm chaotic, so I understand if I didn't answer or say something clearly. If you have a question about anything, just ask. If you can help me with my color problem, white or white? I mean, seriously. Should I go with white? Or should I go with white? Perhaps white? Maybe white. White, perhaps? Help me. I'm going to attempt to put in the description box below here what I talked about. I've been trying to do that for the last handful of episodes, and if you go and look, you'll notice there's nothing in that description box. Zero. Nada. So I'm going to attempt again to put the information in there. We'll see if it works. Let you all get on to whomever you would like to watch next, be it knitting, stitching, crafting of other kinds, spinning, maybe quilting, whatever it is you feel like watching. Enjoy, and I will see you all in 2 weeks, which will be June. June. Bye.